Day PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm the publisher Lindy Hewson, and this week's bulletin is brought to you by Curry Group. Well, it's been quite a week of big packaging announcements. Starting last Friday, Visy Group has pledged it will invest a further $2 billion in Australian manufacturing over the next 10 years, focusing on circular recycling solutions. Chairman Anthony Pratt made this pledge alongside Prime Minister Scott Morrison at Visy's new Penrith glass manufacturing facility, which it acquired in the $1 billion acquisition of OI in 2020, one of the biggest manufacturing acquisitions by an Australian-owned business in Australian business history. Now, Anthony Pratt said the $2 billion over 10 years investment pledged by Visy will create thousands of new manufacturing jobs and bring Visy's total investment value in Australia to $11 billion. $380 million of that investment has been brought forward over the next 18 months because of the government's accelerated depreciation policy. It will be spent on increasing the recycled content of glass bottles in Australia from 30% to 70%. Another major announcement for the circular recycling solutions in Australia came from Labelmakers Group, which today has announced it has secured the rights for the worldwide patented Reculiner technology for Australia and New Zealand, creating a local circular solution for recycling glassine liner from pressure-sensitive labels that would otherwise go to landfill. The Reculiner technology allows for the conversion of glassine liner into insulation products for the commercial and residential building industry, with scope for other market applications as well. Labelmakers has entered an exclusive and long-term manufacturing arrangement by licensing the technology to fellow Australian business Enviroflex Commercial. Enviroflex is a leading provider, producer and installer of insulation products. Now, recycling of glassine liner is a global problem, and there are only a few locations around the world with the technology required to remove the silicon from the glassine paper. This means that glassine liner has historically been banished to landfill. In Australia alone, and at an industry level, it is estimated that this translates to 10,000 tonnes of landfill associated with pressure-sensitive labels so far. To date, liner recovery has focused on collection and exporting to overseas markets, which is heavily emissions intensive. Now, this local manufacturing arrangement will kickstart a new recycling opportunity in Australia with job creation and landfill diversion as the core of the program. Now, still on recycling, thanks to new technology by Pact Group, around 570 tonnes of hard-to-recycle plastic materials, including milk bottles and soft plastics, will be transformed into a recycled noise wall solution for Victoria's Mordialloc Freeway. The freeway wall will span a 9-kilometre stretch. This will connect the Mornington Peninsula Freeway to the Dingley Bypass. Each panel will be produced from 75% recycled materials, including soft plastics and post-consumer HDPE. At the end of the 40-year lifespan, each panel will be 100% recyclable, according to Pact Group, so a true circular solution. In other news, beverage manufacturer Frucor Suntory has switched from shrink wrap to cardboard secondary packaging on its multi-packs of products like Pepsi, Pepsi Max, Mountain Dew and 7-Up. The company says that this will prevent 2.7 million pieces of plastic going to landfill each year. The move is one of the company's undertakings to help achieve its sustainability goal of zero waste to landfill by 2030. The cardboard encased multi-packs can also, of course, be more efficiently stacked and transported, which in turn will help Frucor Suntory's carbon footprint, help reduce it rather. On to some less good news. Worldwide Fund for Nature Australia has worked with waste experts from Planet Ark, APCO and a number of other organisations to survey the recyclability of packaging in 82 popular food brands. The survey found that of the 82 products, only 16 were entirely curbside recyclable, 45 still had to have some elements taken to a collection point, and 21 are currently difficult to collect and recycle, with many examples of over-packaging and bad packaging design. Now, WWF has said it is really disappointed with the results of the survey, especially since there were many leading brands involved, and it clearly shows that brands need to be doing better in regards to their packaging. It said that it is clear that we need stronger rules to ensure all food products use less unnecessary plastic and choose packaging that can be easily recycled at home. It also stressed that brands really should be implementing the Australasian Recycling Label, or the ARL as we all know it, so that every single product gives consumers very clear information as to how to properly dispose of the packaging once the product is consumed. So, to wrap up for today, there are lots of positive steps that are being taken, especially by the packaging and label converting sector, but there is definitely more work to be done, perhaps more so on the brand side. On that note, if your packaging innovation is kicking goals, why not enter it into the Packaging Innovation and Design Awards? The entries close tomorrow via the Australian Institute of Packaging. So you can find out more on this and other stories. Just head to our website, packagingnews.com.au. That's it from me for another week. Lindy Hewson signing off.